How's it going? Dave from Comic Book Investments. So in this video, we're going to look at 5 keys that are dropping in price and by quite a bit, 94%, going from, I think it was at like $7,000 down to like $400. It's a doozy. It's a big one. Before I get into the video, this is pretty much your last chance. Last chance. If you want to win this book right here, that's right. All you have to do is go to collectorscomics.com, click the enter. That's all you have to do. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and our Instagram. But that's literally it. We'll pay for shipping wherever you live. Doesn't matter. I think one time someone won that was in Japan and paid for shipping to go all the way to Japan. Doesn't matter. We'll pay for everything. You just have to click enter. Head over to collectorscomics.com. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know why you're still here. Why are you watching this video? And we also have an auction going on with tons and tons of big keys, big books, even smaller books too. We have like over 1,200 books. I'll put basically a little preview of what's going on. And that ends literally today. Today is Friday. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Those are the 3 days that it ends. If you want to head over to our auction. Let's get into the video. All right, first is we got Shazam, number 28. Now, this is the first Black Adam in the DC continuity. A 9.8 recently sold. That's right, $432. Wow. In January, selling for about $1,050. That's down 59%. In 2023, it was averaging about a little over $1,500, down 71%. And then it peaked at $7,000. That is down 94%. Wow. Just wow. And the crazy thing is, it had 2 sales around the $7,000 mark. I had one for $7,000 and then another one for about $6,500. Man. Well, this got popular because Black Adam was going to be in the DCU, which he was. He's played by The Rock. The All-Star Squad or whatever they called them, I can't remember now. The team with Dr. Fate and Hawkman and whatever. I kind of like them. Black Adam was fine. It was just that kid with the woman. The kid was a horrible actor. Just so horrible. Just really brought down everything. They could have made it so much better. I don't know why they always have to do the things that they do. But yeah, I mean, it didn't do that well. And Black Adam actually first appeared in Marvel Family number 1 back in like 48. But of course there was Fawcett, and Fawcett got sued by DC. Then Fawcett ended up closing down, and then DC ended up just taking his characters. And so this is the first time you see Black Adam in the DC continuity. Actually, Shazam number 1 is the first time you see Captain Marvel in the DC continuity. Next is we got Star Wars Clone Wars number 1, first appearance of Ahsoka, a 9.8 recently sold for $862. In January it was about $1,225. That's down 30%. In all of 2023 is averaging about $1,750, down 51%. And its peak is about $4,000, down 78% from its peak. So no surprise here. Peaked during the comic boom, and then just started going down. They had the Ahsoka TV show. They say they're doing a season 2. I really don't know. I didn't watch it. At this point, when Ahsoka came out, I was done with the Disney Star Wars. Everything just pissed me. The only thing I liked was The Mandalorian. But what were you're battering at like 1 in 10? That's terrible batting average. I mean, the movies I really didn't like. I actually hated. They made me angry. Like, not just like, oh, this is a terrible movie. Oh, you wasted my time by spending 2 hours. Like, that just literally made me mad. Just so mad at how bad and how much they ruined the characters and everything like that. So I never watched the third movie, Rogue Squadron. I think that's what it was called. Right? I don't even remember. That one was okay. The one with the Darth Vader scene at the end. And The Mandalorian is great. Book of Boba Fett was like, that was like my last straw. I was like, I'm done. Oh, I saw the first episode of Kenobi, and I'm like, I'm done. I'm just done. So I never watched Ahsoka, so I couldn't honestly tell you if it was good or bad. I'm just going to assume it's bad because anything that Disney puts out that's Star Wars related is pretty much bad. Yeah, it's like a 90% chance that it's going to be bad. So, yeah, I'm not really surprised at this book dropping. The Crow, number 1, a 9.8, recently sold for $4,614. In January, it was about $6,000, down 23%. In 2023, it's averaging about 8,000. That's down 42%. And then at its peak, it was about 14,400. That's down 68%. Yeah, I mean, this is much higher than it was prior to the comic boom. This movie has been in the works forever. It finally comes out and just was not good. I had high hopes for this movie. But nonetheless, I still think this is a good book, but you have to put things in perspective of how good of a book. Is this a $14,000 good book? Or is this a $5,000 good book? That's kind of, if you look at before, like let's just go back way, way back in time. It was around $2,500 to $3,000 prior to the comic boom fire, everything going up. So right now it's still ahead of what it was prior to the comic boom. It's still trending up if you just lob that off. Now obviously it had the movie hype and all that other hype going on with it, and that kind of jacked it up a little bit more. In the end, you have to look at what the book is. So it is a popular character. The Crow's a popular character. It's had multiple movies, multiple. Now a lot of people think it's the Brandon Lee one from with Bruce Lee's son, who actually dies in the film, which is a pretty good movie. And then you think of this newest one. But they actually made a lot of other movies in between. The guy who's in Terminator 2, the kid, Furlong, I think his last name is, he's in one of them. So they made multiple other Crow movies that I've never even heard of. Only when I researched a little bit, I was like, whoa, they made more. So they made a bunch of other movies. City of Angels, I think, is number 2. And then there's like Retribution, Redemption, or something like that. And then there's another one. But anyways, they made multiple movies. So the character is still pretty popular. Add in the fact that this is an independent comic book with a limited print run. You add in those two factors, it has a low supply and it has a decent enough demand. And also this book makes it on a lot of lists of like top independent books, top, maybe I think this came out in 89. So I guess you could put in like 80s independent books, good keys of the 80s, things like that. It will make it into those lists. Anytime books like that just make it into more lists here, there, everywhere, it just adds more demand. But remember, the supply is very, very low for a book like this. So this book, to me, will always be pretty expensive for a 9.8. Now, what you have to determine is where is it going to fall? Is this going to fall to $1,000 book? No chance. Is this going to, stop at? Is this going to be a low sale at $4,600? I could foresee a lower sale than that. Could I see one lower than $3,000? I don't think so. I don't think this in a 9.8 is going below $3,000. And then you have to look at the upside. Okay, what is the upside? The long term of this. Is this going to be a $14,000 book in the near future? I don't think so. I think it'll be a long while until something like that happens. So those are all the factors you have to think about and just kind of gauge where it is. So 4,600 is low, but if you even look, it did drop to about that level and then kind of spike back up again, a couple more sales, and then drop back down. So it looks like it's kind of hitting some kind of floor around this 4,500. Next is we got New Mutants number 27, a 9.8, recently sold for $25. And January was about 49, down 49%. And all of 2023 is 63, down 60%. And its peak, it was about $89, down 72%. There's really no keyness to this book right here, but I just wanted to showcase like this book really hasn't really done anything. And that's going to be a very common theme for a lot of non-key books, just to showcase like this book is 40 years old and it just kind of stays around case costs. At one point, it jumped up to $89, and then it's all the way back down to $25, which is less than the case cost. So use that information however you would like. Last is we got Tales to Astonish number 91. 9.4 sold for $296, and January was $371, down 20%. And then in 2023, it was averaging $751, down 61%. And then at its peak, it was $1,024, down 71%. When I had this book as a kid, I always loved this book. A lot of people think, oh, this is the first appearance of Abomination. He actually appeared in 90, but Submariner and Hulk would switch off covers. They would trade. So, Submariner got the even numbers, Hulk got the odd numbers. So he actually appeared in the issue before, but this is his first cover appearance. When I was younger, I used to think it was his first appearance. But in any case, it had a spike probably around when the She-Hulk TV show came out, and then it's dropped ever since. The number 90 is also dropping as well, but I don't know, I always liked this cover as a kid, so I want to showcase this cover. That's pretty much it. Remember to go to collectorscomics.com to win this book. You really don't have to do much of anything at all other than just click. And that's about it. And check out the auction and have a great day.